the Premiership results go as you planned or foresaw? I know we done our predictions, but we never put it out there.
Listen, I've got a lot of people onto me right now. I don't do black magic. Do not engage.
Oh yeah, no.
Do not engage. I'm not even African. Do not engage. So I just have I got a football brain. I called that. It wasn't even if I didn't put no money on it. I still put no money on it. I didn't need to.
Did you believe it?
I'm not here to exploit the betting industry. I could do that anytime.
So when you said it,
I just called it for the sake of it.
For the sake of it?
I saw it all day long, bro.
You saw it?
I just saw it.
To be fair, it was well deserved. It could have been more. They had a goal disallowed.
I knew what it would be. But
do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Villa on fire.
Fire. No, that was a big result for them. I can't lie.
I thought Everton might finish higher than Villa. And it's still early days, but I might have to retract that statement.
For real? Mm-hmm. I think we're going to be retracting a lot of statements.
A lot depends on Grealish as well, because I love how everyone's just realising that Grealish is sick. It's mad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but that's
a lot depends on him because they're a little bit reliant. So
yeah, if
he stays fit, then Villa look busy.
No, they do.
And my man, what's his name? Watkins.
Fire.
Busy, bro.
He looks proper. Like I've watched him, and he obviously came from a championship team in Brentford, and automatically it makes you maybe doubt his capability to do it in the Prem, and then.
Not necessarily,
doubt, but you don't. It's not certified. Goals in the Championship do not equate to goals in the Premiership.
No. Goals in Bundes, goals in Liga, goals in Serie A don't even.
There we go. But
look at a man like Vardy. You have to give a man a chance.
And the proof's in the pudding. So like he's actually scoring goals and he's playing well. It's not like he's just
but obviously let's give him time.
Yeah, no, obviously you need consistency and over longevity. So that's obviously
looks busy.
So Arsenal lost 3-0 to Aston Villa. Obviously, that was the biggest upset of the weekend. I would say.
Bro, I called it.
Well,
it was the perfect,
I didn't see it personally. For me, it was an
upset.
upset. You don't expect Arsenal to be losing to Aston Villa.
You didn't.
I didn't. Maybe you did, and you can take credit for that. But you never got every prediction right.
I'm not saying that I'm Mystic Meg, bro.
So what I'm saying is that you saw it.
Because I called it.
100% not for you because you called it. 100%.
And for
a lot of people, I think the majority of people didn't see that coming. Personally,
they weren't upset though.
What do you mean? Who went upset?
Nobody was upset apart from Arsenal fans.
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah, obviously I went upset, but it was a upset. Meaning it went across. It came from out of nowhere.
The way Prem's going, soon that won't be an upset, bro. Even.
So let's talk about your team.
Go on.
So obviously you lot drew, and you predicted
fought, but not hard earned because we deserved the win.
You think you deserve the win?
First of all, yeah. Let's just get this out of the way.
Oh, go on.
Who started? Because remember last week you was telling me that Mane was world class.
Yeah,
and I was telling you, no, he's not. He's top class.
Okay.
This is what he does for fun, bruv.
Okay.
It's not a penalty. Yeah. This guy's on the floor, over and over. It don't take away from his quality when he's on his feet.
Yeah.
But it takes away from his character. He's always on the. Carl Walker didn't kick him on the floor, but he jumped on the floor, bruv. You'd already done Carl with the shimmy. Yeah? I know Carl's a bit like Superman, but he wasn't going to catch you then. It was only 2 yards. There was nowhere to even catch you. You'd already spun him. Why are you jumping on the floor? Because he does that time after time after time. Salah's the same. I love Salah as a baller. But he jumps on the ground.
Don't you reckon that's the majority of players now though? I think a lot of players do that.
When you're that good,
I think the rules have set. I think the rules in the game are kind of set up for you to take advantage of it that way.
Yes, and there is always a time and a place when you can do that without it being a piss take, so to speak. But when you're that good, you shouldn't do that, bruv. Messi's never dived in his life, bruv. If he has, show me the video, bruv.
No, Messi's certified down.
R9 never dived in his life, and if you got a video,
he didn't need to dive.
You know what I'm trying to say to you?
They couldn't get close.
Maradona handballed over our keeper. I don't think he ever dived. If he has, show it to me and I'll take it back. When you're that good, you shouldn't need to dive, bruv. See, that didn't dive. You might headbutt. You didn't dive.
I hear you.
These sneaky man. So forget that goal. In my head, I was like, all right, it's FIFA. You got a goal. It's not a goal.
Yeah.
When we equalise now, Jesus done a little bird camp.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Remember I told you about Jesus?
I knew he was going to jump onto me.
When Vardy does that, at me, yeah? Call me, whatever.
Vardy scored as well. Yeah. Penalty.
He does that though. Yeah. Let me know, yeah? That's why I told you about it. Anyhow, we got back into the game. The penalty, no, I don't think it was a penalty. But because they gave them a penalty that wasn't a penalty against us, I happily took it. I happily accepted it. and the unbelievable happened.
Unbelievable.
He didn't save it. Kevin put it wide. So Kevin's in the worst form in a couple of years, and he's still putting numbers on the board somehow.
There we go.
That's how elite he is. But he's not in good form, and he missed. So all in all, after that, I think draw was a fair result.
Yeah.
I can't really complain too much.
I think they weren't complaining either, really. To be honest,
Sterling still needs to be more clinical. That's still costing us.
What,
Do you know what I mean?
Sterling's still costing you?
Yes.
I think Sterling is always a threat. I think the
Sterling is a threat.
I think the
24/7.
Yeah, so I think the frustration is
his lack of clinicalness,
but
whatever the word is.
I agree with you. He's not the most clinical player, but at the same time, I feel like he gets chances that other people wouldn't.
Bro, that's absolutely true. But when I say he's costing us,
yeah,
it's not a slight on him because
you put someone else in
anyway.
You put someone else in his position.
What I mean is key moments. That's what I mean.
I hear you, that's a part of his game. He will never ever be clinical.
Key moments, you have to.
He will never be
your head, bro.
He will never ever be that clinical player you want him to be.
Wow, we're not just talking Leon Champions League. You miss an open goal and we're out. We're not just talking that because that can happen to everyone. But it's a repetition of being as good as you are. Yeah, because Sterling's a top class baller, bro.
Facts.
To be that good, you have to just cut that loss of your head, bruv. That loss of concentration at that split second. That's all it is, bruv. He creates so much for us that when I say he's costing us, I don't mean he's costing us more than he's giving us, if that makes sense. But in key moments, he's got to be more clinical, bruv. And that kind of showed against Liverpool, bruv. When KDB put one ball across, it was basically a tapping, bruv. And he longed it out, blah, blah, blah. So it's just mad, bruv. But I'm not slighting him. I love Sterling.
The point's better for Liverpool than it is for you. Ultimately,
the point's not good for us.
It's not good for you, but
just have to settle for it after that. The point's great for them, of course.
So obviously that it wasn't a great game, to be honest.
It was a good first half.
It wasn't a game. Like, I remember watching it.
It was a boring second half.
It was boring. I think the expectation maybe sometimes could get a bit high or whatever. But yeah, so that was a draw. A game that we both predicted wrong. We thought Everton was going to beat Man United, and Man United beat Everton.
Man United are so unpredictable. You just don't know what they're going to do.
They're crazy, innit?
Sometimes they do.
They're crazy. They are crazy. But it was pretty, I'd say convincing, but it wasn't a full strength Everton team, innit? There's no Rodriguez.
A full strength Everton team is all that they can really compete against other big teams with. That a less than full strength Everton team is not a strong Everton team, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't have the depth like that, so that's going to affect them.
No, for real. Tottenham won last minute header from Harry Kane. 1-0. He does it again, rescuing them. He's doing his thing. Newcastle beat Yo, I'm bugging, bro.
You're bugging, bro.
I'm bugging.
That Harry Kane Una, is that why Andros Townsend is running around TalkSport talking about Harry Kane's the greatest striker in the whole wide world?
Well, I think when you train with someone for so long, you got like a different.
Oh, we used to play for Spurs, didn't we?
Yeah, used to play for Spurs. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you train with someone every day, you got that emotional relationship with them as well. Yeah. Kane is top class, so I think it's easy for someone like Townsend to say that for me...
It's a friendly thing, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, man, I mean, like, he's one of the top...
He claimed
what was his claim? Yeah, what did he actually say?
That Lewandowski wouldn't bag numbers in the Prem. And Benzema.
That's ridiculous,
now,
bro.
No disrespect to Harry Kane, top class player. Lewandowski is a better version of Harry Kane, if you ask me. I know you think he's different. I think he's just a better version of Harry Kane. Benzema, I think, is probably better than them both as a baller. But either way, numbers, they both put up numbers, and they would easily put up numbers in the Prem. They're physical. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They would suit the Prem, if anything.
Yeah.
So Andros, good baller. Yeah. But he had a mare today.
Bro, I think they just get really hyped when they go onto the radio and they just start saying outlandish things, because it's like outlandish things just gets the most reach for some reason.
Because I didn't listen to the whole segment.
Do you reckon they plan it? Okay, today, Andre.
I think
Andros.
I think he just went off on one, because I don't think the co-host even brought up Lewandowski or Benzema. Like, I don't think they baited him. I think he drew for them
as a backup
to make his point. Bang! Like, listen, this is how good Harry is.
That's crazy.
To get them Champions League demons that destroy shit.
Yeah,
Harry's my guy.
It's similar to in life. I think when you got your friends with someone, you're kind of like, I feel like he feels like he maybe has to say it, but he's more likely to say it.
Maybe,
that's his guy.
Maybe,
just he gets off the radio, he calls Harry, yo, I just bigged you up again, bro.
What's that doing for him? They're playing each other next week.
Yeah, but come on, bro. Like, Townsend knows he's not on that level. Do you know what I'm saying? We're talking about elite. We're talking about like that's
Hey, listen,
that's what they're mentioning alongside Harry Kane's name now. Elite.
There was I hear that.
You get
there was just on that. There was a few weeks when Andrew Townsend was our best player, and I say us as in England. There was at least 2 games,
bro.
When Roy Hodgson said pass to him.
Yeah.
Remember that monkey thing?
I remember he scored 2 bangers. He scored 2 bangers. He was
our best player, bro, for England for about 2 weeks, bro. So
2 weeks.
Put respect on his name.
No, you can't, man. There's a couple of
point,
people that come.
Like, pass to Andros. Just pass to him. Like, we didn't have nothing going on. I don't think there was a Sturridge there, nothing. But Andros was cutting in and curling them in.
Yeah. He that used to be like his trademark, innit?
Yeah. And
do you know what I mean?
After that,
well, we had a couple of people that go to England and turn up for a little bit. You think, oh, is it true? Jesse Lingard. Lingard done a couple. He had a couple performance. Which one? Rohan.
Ricketts.
Michael.
He used to play for Bolton, bro. He had a little spell. Got about 3 games for England.
Bagged.
And then obviously went back to Michael Ricketts mode.
People turn up to England. They go England and they do their thing.
Crouch has got a good England record, you know.
Crouch has got a good record overall.
Yeah, but in specifically, he's got a good.
Yeah, he's one of the. He's got one of the best goals to play games ratios.
And you know, I suppose they all count. That's the thing with international. Like you could bag 26 against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's the thing with stats in general.
All-time World Cup goal scorer, isn't it? Shout out to Closer, but come on, man, you can't beat Saudi Arabia 10-0 and then try and take R9's title.
7 penalties.
I respect that.
You know, scored 7 penalties.
Bro, like when you're talking about World Cup all time, look at R9's opponents.
Yeah, he's playing against
closest.
So I think generally, I don't want to go off track. Yeah, I don't want to go off track.
That upsets me. That stat still. Like the World Cup deserves a better all-time scorer than.
I just think international football is just not. Well, it's not what it used to be.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. I think that the best level of players is in club football. But let's talk about. I watched Crystal Palace Leeds, yeah, and that was one of the. It was proper exciting to watch, and it like both going at both ends. Palace look decent against them, to be fair. Zaha, Eze, that link up's looking crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think Zaha. I don't want to say wasted at Crystal Palace, but I would like to see him at a top club.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to say wasted at Crystal Palace, bro.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to disrespect, man, innit? But I feel like I would love to see him at a top club, like a top 4 club. People challenging, because I feel like he's.
So what went wrong at United?
I think he was too young. Because remember, he went there when he was quite young. He got a decent contract. He's from the ends. You know,
if that's an excuse, bro.
I don't think it's an excuse, but it might be the reality. I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's
the David Moyes thing. So
yeah. So
yeah. But as good as you are, you should have walked into that team regardless.
I think sometimes when you're good, it's easier to become complacent.
So who's better than Wilf in the Man United team?
What, this one here?
Right now. Don't worry, I'll wait. Go on. Search your mind and tell me one. Obviously, we're talking attacking players, isn't it?
Yeah, I would put Zaha in front of all of them right now. Like, he's better than Martial for me. Bro, he's better than he's better than Rashford for me.
I think he's better than Rashford.
Yeah, he's better than.
Great Rashford.
And when I think of Man United, they're the first 2. Like, who else is there?
That's what I'm saying. So
at Man United, what, Cavani?
So then, is he wasted? The answer can only be yes.
He is, but is Man United a top team? Do you get what I'm saying? Crystal Palace are above Man United right now.
So what is so who's gonna be keeping Willian out of a Willian? You know,
Willian. Whoa! Let's not get onto Willian.
Who's gonna be keeping Will out of a move? Willian.
Zaha.
Can't go Arsenal because of Willian.
Zaha over Willian for me. Zaha starts for Arsenal for me. Zaha starts for Man United for me.
There you go.
Zaha starts for
what Ziyech? What Mount?
Tottenham for me.
What you can't play for Chelsea.
Chelsea.
You can't. What you're playing Mount and Thibaut.
Not Mount. Not Mount. I'm saying Thibaut, Ziyech, and Pulisic.
After you see what Wolves done in the Prem.
I'll take Zaha. But to say he would start
for Tottenham.
It's a bit strong.
Start for Tottenham as well.
He definitely starts for Tottenham for me. But for Chelsea, he could start for us. I wouldn't be mad to see Zaha starting for Chelsea.
You wouldn't.
No. He's a baller, bruv. Like he's certified, certified baller. So it makes me think maybe there's something that the public don't really know as to why he's not getting a big move. Because to me, Arsenal was dying for a Zaha. Zaha,
weird though. Arsenal's weird.
Zaha,
They won't pay £1 over. Arsenal do different.
but
stuff.
they paid 72 mils for Pepe,
But they won't pay £1 over something for someone else. Like they have a different kind
and
of
they're paying Willian however many.
Well, he's walking into
a
any
year.
team other than our City team and Liverpool team, and he could still get into both of those teams. But I don't think he's walking in and starting. You understand?
For who?
For City or Liverpool. But I think he can still play in either front three.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about
He's walking into any other front three. They're even saying change the game plan past the Wolf.
Oh, you want to?
They're even saying past the Wolf.
No, who is what
any other team? They're saying past the Wolf.
Zaha doesn't walk into the Chelsea starting lineup, bro.
I'm sorry to say.
He doesn't start. He doesn't. That's you're trying to. I knew you was trying to draw me out. But I need to address this. Zaha can start for Chelsea. Do not get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
But to say he walks in and starts automatically ahead of Ziyech, Werner, Pulisic.
What's that? All the Duns that's played 8 games.
Pulisic, but these are certified players, bro.
Okay.
For me.
Premiership then, no?
For me, yeah. Well, I don't really do the Prem. Wasn't. I mean, it's the most exciting league in the world. Has it got the best teams in the world? I don't know. Because we don't seem to perform when it comes to Champions League all the time. Obviously, Liverpool won it, but I think more times you'll see German teams now coming through. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Paris, like we used to say that as Farmers League in La Ligue 1, and Paris Saint-Germain made the final last year. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's still Farmers League as well.
I think it's just more so because there's more lesser teams, but it doesn't mean that the best team in that league. So if PSG comes to the Prem, they're fighting for the title as well.
PSG come to the Prem, that would be insane.
I mean, they was talking about that
Super
League.
I don't know if I can say that, but they blatantly would be fighting for the title. Yeah.
Come on, man, you can't have Neymar on your team and not be fighting for a title, bro.
Yeah, they blatantly would. I mean, I can't say it for sure, but they would.
Yeah. So just to get back to the point, Crystal Palace looked good. Zaha was obviously running the show. The reverse pass he played for their second goal was crazy. Eze seems like he's settling in nicely. They look dangerous, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they look dangerous. That was a good result against a good Leeds team. Bamford scored a bad boy goal and one that shouldn't have been disallowed.
That goal was ridiculous, yeah.
Crazy. But other than that, I feel like every other result pretty much went how I foresaw it. Do you know what I mean?
The Villa one was the big one.
The Villa one was the big one. West Ham beat Fulham. Fulham are struggling right now.
They're not getting right back where they came from.
They don't look like they could buy a goal. And then the young lad at Fulham, last minute penalty, tries to Panenka it.
The saddest part about that, Lookman is a baller, bro.
That's what hurt.
He is a.
That's what hurt.
Fan. One time Everton smacked us like 5-1 or something ridiculous, bro. Early Pep days, early. When people still didn't know the system still and that, passing out from the back, they battered us. Lookman was ridiculous. Came off the bench and just battered us, bro.
Yeah, no, he's crazy.
That was a good 3 years ago. Like, he's mad, bro.
No,
just the other day he came on and just twisted up the whole team and scored. He's trouble. Why they were starting him on the bench, I have no idea anyway.
No idea, bro.
He should be playing for Everton now. Is he on
no. Fulham was. He started for Fulham.
I see him coming off the bench the other day.
Yeah.
Is he on loan or they bought him?
I think he's on loan. Don't quote
him
me
and
on
Hammers. He should be playing in that team.
Yeah. What, in Everton's team?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're
but
crazy, bro. Ancelotti,
so he tried to
on his own team.
Panenka in the 98th minute when your team's losing 1-0.
That's why Ancelotti said go to Fulham.
You see what I'm saying?
Saw what we didn't see. I'm forgiving that.
He's still young.
I'm forgiving that, bro. That's just 1 week's wages. Cool. You're back in the team next week. We need you, bro.
Yeah, no, he's a baller. He's a baller, but at the same time, you have to think to yourself,
Sometimes
like, where's your mind at to try something like that? For you're in a relegation team. Get that straight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're in a team that is fighting for survival in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
You're 1-0 down, 98th minute. That 1 point is vital.
Vital.
So it's not like it's 2-1 to Fulham and you've kind of put it at risk by doing a Panenka to go 3-1 up, which would have secured it. You're like, we're desperate here. We need this. You have to score, bruv.
But in his defence, maybe he thought, you know what, my best chance of scoring, just maybe, is the dink, because there's no way this guy thinks I'm going to dink in that year.
Maybe, but I feel like you need to understand
the
perception that's going to, how it's going to look. And if you're going to do that, like, that was an awful Panenka, bro. Like, it was an awful. I could have done better than that. There was nothing in there. Like,
there was no Dwight York in there.
You know, like, people miss them, but it's like more times you'll miss because you go too high. Like, he's.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was really bad, innit?
Raheem done that as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I remember when he done that. That's what I'm saying. It happens, bro.
No, it does happen, and I just hope he bounces back and learns from it. I think it wasn't necessarily him trying to Panenka that was the problem. I think it was trying to Panenka at a team you're not really established at yet, and the team that's fighting for relegation. It was mad.
Don't hit too hard, bro. People always want it to just about float in, bro. We don't have to, but we can roll it. It's about the cheek.
It's like the end of the day. It's about
the cheek. You don't want to hit it too hard.
I hear you, but the way he even scuffed it. He even scuffed the thing.
It weren't good.
It weren't really good. It wasn't executed good, but yeah.
So obviously that cost them.
That cost them a point, and West Ham got 3 points because of that.
Not because of that, because they played well. They deserved it, but
yeah, that
was the be all and end all. Yeah.
So that kind
of.
You
scored Antonio.
No, Antonio never scored. I think it was.
Is that the end of Antonio's mad spell? Yeah.
Antonio's just he's someone you just hate to play against, bro.
He's trouble, isn't it?
Yeah. It was Thomas Shuzek, I think his name is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think first touch of the ball, whatever. But yeah, Antonio was just a powerhouse, bro. I would hate to play against someone like Antonio. He loves it. He'll run all day, bro. And he can play. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like
he's a bit clumsy.
He's not the most cleanest.
Yeah, but he can play.
But he can play, bro. He can play.
And he's been bagging.
So that kind of wraps up the weekend.
You know what it is about him?
Go on.
He's one of them ones. It was raw ability. It was raw strength, raw pace, but he's developed. He still ain't got no finesse. Yeah.
Like
you say, he can play.
But he's perfect for the Premier League.
Yeah, but he's developed a lot his game.
I feel like,
other than that, just
think about it, yeah.
He's developed a lot more. Like his brain.
Remember,
he definitely has.
He's played a lot of positions, bro.
I know that's what I'm trying to say.
So I think he's learned the game a lot deeper. He's
developed more as a striker.
Yeah, but also going into that striker role with the experience of being a right wing, a left wing, a right wing back,
a left back.
So your understanding of the whole game as a striker now. You I feel like it makes him a more well-rounded striker.
Probably feels more respected that he's got a position rather than the whole James Milner team.
Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, like back end of last year or even last year in spells and this year he's had those patches where he just looks like he's going to score every game. He's tore Chelsea up before. He's not a joke.
He's trouble on his day.
Yeah, so that wraps it up. So like obviously Tottenham won. I know you don't really rate Mourinho, but Tottenham are in a decent position.
Yeah, it's gonna go wrong.
But it's interesting because between first place and 14th position, or even as low as 15th position, there's only an 8-point gap.
I told you, bro. It's just no fans.
It's a crazy like.
Nothing's
8
upset.
points.
No, nothing's upset.
That's 14 teams, bro.
Just a few weeks ago, Liverpool got smashed 7-2 by Grealish and the boys.
Yeah,
Have you forgotten that?
But
you haven't it. That's how quick you've forgotten that. Really.
But Aston Villa, I think some teams are having good spells. I don't know. Something tells me Aston Villa are actually
they just beat
a good
Arsenal
team.
3-0, yeah?
They're a good team.
7-2. I don't care about the flex.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So
that's
what I'm trying to
crazy.
say. And we've almost forgot that. Like.
Yeah,
because that's how mad this season is. In the normal season, you still be trying to get batter off that. Like it's so mad.
So are you staying with your top four though? Not that don't like this weekend hasn't really shifted any of your opinions in terms of who's top four. Because I know people were getting at us because we said that Tottenham won't finish top four. Yeah,
sorry, I had Everton in my top four.
You had Everton, had Leicester.
Yeah, I might have to top Everton for if Grealish stays fit. Yeah, which is a big if.
Yeah.
With this crazy schedule, and they talk about they're not going to bring back 5 subs, so it's probably
we'll get on
if
that in a second.
Then and Villa carry on doing what they're doing, then I might have to put Villa over Everton, but Everton are still my dark horses.
Yeah.
And especially Ancelotti as well. Villa don't have Ancelotti.
Yeah.
There's a lot of magic in his head, you know. He's not Pep, right? But he's an next level genius underneath Pep.
They haven't been in the best of. They haven't had the best recent results.
Everton, bro.
It is, but
he's still working with Everton.
This happens in seasons where teams have a good start and then they fade away. So I think that a lot hinges on Rodriguez for Everton.
A lot does.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Hinges on Grealish.
Yeah.
These aren't teams with an abundance of top
so
players.
They could maybe afford other injuries, but just not to those guys.
Seamus Coleman. You know that Hammy 6 weeks. They can take that, bro. But they can't take.
We're not wishing this on nobody.
The ACL, the VVD. It's over for them. So that's important. And same way with Grealish. You see one thing about Grealish and staying fit?
Go on.
Pull up your socks, lad. You're going to do yourself a damage. If he carries on playing with his socks down here and his shin pads up, he's going to get injured, bro.
No way, bro.
He's going to get injured, bro. You know all them flicks from the studs and that, just the reckless ones? He's going to get injured, bro. He's too important for them. If I was, what's his name? Villa manager, what's his name? Redface.
Oh, you're putting me under pressure, bro. What's his name?
If I was Redface, I'll tell him, bro, you're too important to me, bro. Pull them socks up, bro. You're going to get scratched, something's going to happen, you're going to get a scrape.
I don't know, man. I feel like more times his injuries are like muscle pulls or something like that.
Bro, that's because man have their shin.
Man don't really. I don't think Grealish is the type of person to get like.
He's playing like it's the playground, bro, and he don't shy out from tackles. You know, he's someone that will get to.
But I know man that play like that. They'll play like with small.
Bro, pull your shit up like Henry used to do when it was a cold.
He's a different player.
If
Grealish does that, he'll turn into a different player,
and then you'll be a bit safer, bro. You get me?
No,
when Henry used to put on the socks, the long sleeve, and the socks up.
Yeah.
Forget the game. It's done.
Bro, if the day Grealish changes his shin pads and his socks, it's the day he turns into David Bentley.
David Bentley was an absolute baller
until he pulled up his socks.
One of the most underrated.
Until he pulled up his socks, listen, bro.
Some of the stuff
let him do what he does. He's comfortable like that.
David Bentley came from Arsenal, you know.
Baller.
Originally,
what happened?
He ended up at Blackburn and this team and Tottenham.
Yeah, but the thing is
came
that
from an Arsenal academy. Them times there.
I'm not saying he's not a baller.
Was it academy
he's a proper baller. He scored some of the best goals the Prem seen.
Did they buy him or was it academy? I think he came from academy. Bentley.
He came from an Arsenal academy. Yeah.
Yeah. So their academy, them times there.
Yeah.
Was probably the best of the country.
Yeah.
Or so we used to hear.
Yeah.
It was elite.
Yeah.
So Bentley was like the next. Without disrespecting Bex, he was the next one up, bro. The next Bex or Joe Cole or a little bit of both. You get me? And I don't know what happened to him, fam. But he definitely needs respect on his name, fam. Because when he was in his bag, however limited time that was, he was top class, bro.
No, he scored some of the best goals I've seen.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
to you.
I can't lie.
At
Arsenal and at Tottenham.
Consistent career at a top team or in the England team. He was always like a little spell here. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, now you disrespected Bentley. I just had to check you there still. No, I didn't. How did I disrespect him? Little respect.
What I meant by that was shout out to David. I know you watch the show. He doesn't know. Hey, but shout out to you. I'm not saying he's not a baller, but the reality is that he went away. He never fulfilled his potential.
One of the better ones that went away.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was a proper baller.
Who else would you say? In fact, that's gonna steer us off.
Like Joe Cole. Not as good, but he was a proper baller like Joe Cole. When Joe Cole went to Chelsea, he was like...
Saying that David Bentley was more...
Level, what happened?
David Bentley was more techie than Joe Cole in terms of his shooting.
Play, yeah.
Like striking the ball.
Play, yeah.
Joe Cole was a menace with manipulating the ball.
Demon.
Yeah. But when it came to shooting, it was...
No, he didn't shoot like Bentley. No.
Yeah.
Bentley was a midfield maestro.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, 100.
Joe Cole was definitely better than him, man. But he was just another underrated player like that, fam. But Joe Cole gets the respect. Not as much as he probably should do, but he still gets respect.
You see him on the panels and that,
I don't think Bentley's more ridiculous.
Because he left his career at the top. Bentley went down the leagues. 100%. When you filter, if you come out at the top, you're going to get a pass to go somewhere.
Bentley's heights were not very long, and they weren't very high. It was moments.
But
it should have been more, bruv.
It should have been. His talent was... But I think, I think he was a bit of a...
He's a madman.
Madman. Like party. I think he reminds me of those type of characters, isn't it?
I feel like a Chelsea move would have done him a lot better. Back in the day.
I don't think not back in the day. You weren't getting in the Chelsea team back then.
Bro, remember when you not bought Joe Cole?
But you just said he's not as good as Joe Cole.
But you ruined Joe Cole, is my point.
No, we didn't. We won the league.
Chances.
We won the league with Joe Cole.
Yeah, but you
Joe Cole's got a cup. He's got a Premier League medal, bro.
You don't need to school anyone, but if you go and look at Joe Cole, if you go and look at tapes, videos, YouTube, whatever, of West Ham Joe Cole, Chelsea Joe Cole, and Liverpool Joe Cole.
Chelsea had the best goal.
The last two don't even really... You wouldn't even buy them.
Chelsea had the best Joe Cole.
Joe Cole is the real Joe Cole. Chelsea did not have the best Joe Cole.
Yeah, we did.
Joe Cole...
We had the...
Joe Cole's career went all the way downhill after
No
Chelsea,
way. We experienced... Yeah, no, he was prospect. The problem was...
Compared to Chelsea's team.
But remember, like,
Roman and all their
the thing is, is that... You see Joe Cole...
Too many stars in the team, you're going to say that?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm saying when he was at West Ham, one, similar to what you was going to say, he was everything kind of went. He was the man, and two, he was
young and hungry. That's what he was.
You saw the potential, like he was inciting to watch. He had the ability was crazy.
The ability was dumb.
But when he came to Chelsea, we turned him into efficiency as well.
Play this position, you hold your run here.
The consistency was better.
Not a free roll. That kind
Well,
of thing.
he had free rolls here and there, but I've seen games where he hasn't turned it up when he gets the free roll. And at a club like Chelsea, we're not gonna. Maybe West Ham might allow 1 or 2 free games like that. Not at Chelsea, bruv.
Bro, you done him dirty, bro.
No, we didn't, bro. He won a Premier League title, bro.
You can't just win a title.
He won a Premier League title, bro.
You done him dirty. He went involved as he should have been. But you got to remember, that's a dark era for Chelsea. There was a lot of trophies, a lot of silverware. There was also a lot of broken players. You know what I mean? Players were very disposable to Roman at that time.
Success.
So a lot of legends came to you.
Success comes at a great cost.
Legends came to you and their careers went, woo.
No, their careers were done. And we just bought them. There's a bag of them. George Weah. Shevchenko,
Crespo, and
Kasaragi. We had a bag. Crespos. We had bags of them.
I'm not sure if
they were all done. They were all done. Mutu was hard.
What's my man's name?
Mutu was hard, by the way. And he only went because he got
the
coke case.
A lot of men came to you and nothing didn't really.
No, but all those.
You're telling me all of them were washed, and only Michael Ballack was the only one that really turned up after you.
All of those players you just mentioned were washed before we bought them, bro.
I can't be convinced that all of them were, bro.
Bro, name one.
Something about Mourinho.
Mourinho obviously was a maybe a contributing factor.
You telling me you
maybe now that we know more.
That's a good point.
Now that we know more.
Are you telling me you could pull up the thing because it's like 20 years ago or something, but are you telling me you spent something like 29-30 million on Crespo, which was a lot of money in them times if he was washed? Is that what he's trying to tell me?
Yeah, because
when you bought Shevchenko, you didn't buy Shevchenko as he's on his way out. George Weah possibly.
Okay.
But really, we bought George Weah when he's really on his way out.
Yeah.
But you could say, okay, maybe 1 or 2 of them. Bro, Shevchenko wasn't on his way out.
No, Shevchenko was done. No, he was done.
After you
he was done. I knew he was done. Do you know them ones where like we even watch it? We look at the TV.
Veron maybe.
We look at.
But Veron was even better at United than he was at you.
We look at the TV now, yeah, and we say to ourselves, "Raw, why can't some of these teams see that this guy is washed?" Yeah,
that does happen, but you can't put down all your players.
No, not all of it. But I'm saying Shevchenko was a perfect example.
That was one of your best buys.
We went and bought Shevchenko, yeah, based on what he was, not what he is. And when he came to Chelsea, they sold me the dream.
35.
No, it's not about age. It's not about age. Sometimes you just know that okay, like they're still alright, but they're not.
Or were you excited?
I was still. They sold me the dream. They sold me the dream, but I was still skeptical in it. But obviously, it's your team. You have to back it. Okay. He came through. I was wishing on a star, but bro, after 2-3 games, I knew.
I don't know.
I watched and I was like, this ain't the guy that I saw in Ukraine. Hernan had moments. But he was.
I remember Hernan scoring worldies for Chelsea, but you destroyed him.
When we bought him, I'm pretty sure he was coming to the end of his career, bro.
Bro, by that 29 at the end of the career, that's supposed to be prime.
That's like, how old is Cavani now?
He's probably 34. I'm guessing. That's peak. But Crespo went 35, bro.
Yeah, to me, these men were washed, bro.
What you done to these man? What did you do to Joe Cole? What did you do to Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson was a prospect at those times.
No,
you ruined him as a right back.
No. You can't. Him. People need to stop.
Like, what happened to
the only people that I would say?
Damien Duff. Didn't you buy him when he was young?
The only people that I would say that Chelsea have had in their ranks that we've done hard by, Kevin De Bruyne.
You're gonna say the ballers now, Sturridge.
Yeah.
Here we go. And Mo.
Sturridge.
Come on. You only say the ones that are stinging you now. That's because it's personal.
No.
That's all it is.
That's the facts.
Bro.
That's the facts. Because we bought these people young. Like these other people, they was not in their peak, bro. Crespo was not killing Serie A when we bought him.
I think that you.
The Premiership is littered by. It used to be littered with players that have.
Because when you see what remember Bolton,
lost their careers over.
In probably his most successful time.
The Prem used to be. See what the MLS is now.
A lot of West players,
see what the MLS is now. Yeah, that's what the Prem used to be.
Oh, you're mad. Sam bought a lot of Wash players, bro, and they used to turn up for Bolton.
Yeah, because
you had Campos, Jorkaev, Okocha, all in the same team. This one, that one.
Where did they finish?
They got relegated.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The players were playing. Was Okocha not tearing up match of the day every week?
Middlesbrough done the same thing.
They got relegated also.
But
were the players not turning up?
So when you're
not bagging?
When you're at a big club, when you're at a big club,
they didn't have the squad.
When you're at a big club, I'm gonna break that bit down. But when you're at a big club,
the players still shone.
It's about the results, yeah. And these players that was badding up at Middlesbrough, badding up at Bolton, again, it's because it's a showboat time. They know they're the best player. You can't tell me nothing, bro.
Yeah, but it's also harder to
try to do that when Drog was around.
It's also harder to turn up when you
leaders and winners
that have no control of the game, no possession, less chances. It's also harder to stand out when your team is inferior. So it goes both ways. My point was, Big Sam had people that everybody.
They did. He had a
Quacha.
He had Djorkaeff balling out. He had Campo. He had ballers. But
Hierro.
But they got relegated.
Real Madrid captain, bro.
But they got relegated.
They had about 10 internationals in the team, you know.
They got relegated. It's like it goes both ways, but at the same time, you got relegated.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they were too old for Prem.
That's just what it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
But they played ball.
But that's the weekend, right? See how we always get sidetracked, bro, because you always drag me somewhere into some type of mad debate.
He was some outrageous claim.
No way.
And I got to set you straight, bro.
I think all it was just like about Joe Cole.
Yeah, no, you tried to diss David Bentley.
I never did.
I'm not gonna stand for that.
I never dissed David Bentley. I said that he could end up like David Bentley. So you took it as a diss.
It was a slight on David Bentley's name. And like you said, he scored some of the best goals you've ever seen. But some of the chips.
Yeah,
some of the audacity of him.
Yes.
And he scored big goals, North London derbies. He's not a little guy, you know.
No, he definitely did.
His legacy got tarnished.
But the Prem's just looking mad. Leicester City at the top. Tottenham second.
Leicester.
Liverpool third. Southampton fourth. Crazy.
Southampton still going.
Chelsea fifth. Sneaking up on them. Aston Villa 6th. Everton 7th. Crystal Palace 8th. Wolverhampton. These teams are starting to make me think they are actually here for the season, bro. Like they're gonna.
Like do you think that after Villa 8-9 games?
Because look where.
Have they ever been here before?
Leeds were playing
Apart
good
from
football.
Leicester.
They was getting a lot of recognition early.
Yeah, Leeds are fun. Leeds are
doors.
exciting.
Exactly.
But you know why they're exciting?
Man City are 10th.
We've got games in hand, bro. Do you know why they're exciting?
We've got one game in hand.
That brings us straight to like 2 points off.
See, I can't even do the team. I can't even do the table,
bro.
Because you want to drag it into an argument every
time. The table
bro.
brings us one win, which is our game in hand, brings us 2 points off the top. That's not something I'd be concerned about right now.
Yeah, it brings you level with us, and I
wouldn't be concerned about that.
You shouldn't, because we're not concerned. We're lurking.
But these teams, you think we're going to be there?
Aston Villa, you just thought about putting them in the top 4. Everton, they are in your top 4.
Villa,
Crystal Palace, Wolves. These people.
Palace and Wolves will not be in the top 4. Bro.
No, I'm not saying they're going to go for top 4, but I'm saying.
They ain't got the quality.
Like, do you know back in the day where it was like you had to, like, those big games when you're playing against the so-called top 4 or the top 6, however you wanted to look at it. Those games were that you had to win those points because it was like you couldn't see your opposition dropping points against all these other dead teams.
Yeah.
But now there's a bigger pool of sharks that on their day they will take points from these big teams. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what I meant by staying here for the season. I feel like I don't feel like they're going to challenge for top 4, but Crystal Palace can beat Liverpool.
I feel like it's been that way for a few years, bruv. There's at least 10, 12, 15 teams in the Prem that could beat anyone on their day.
When Liverpool nearly done the Invincibles, they were slapping
Liverpool just had an exceptional season. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten our 2 seasons?
What?
Have you forgotten the Centurions? Like, we were slapping everywhere and anybody coming along.
But
everybody else was still not necessarily battering Leicester and battering West Ham and battering West Brom. They were dropping points. It's only because we had an exceptional season.
But what
now it's everyone. No one's having an exceptional season, so you're noticing that everyone can lose to Watford.
But that's
everyone.
That's an angle.
That's an angle. Yeah?
That's an angle.
Liverpool used that Invincibles record to. When they were going for the Invincibles, who beat them? Watford. That's the whole point, not us.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, not us.
But
so
I
you
feel
can
like
lose to anyone. But this is not a farmers team.
No, I get you.
Take a spade and go to the Bundesliga, bro. Go Germany. We're not farming over here.
They lost to Watford near the end of the season.
They got nicely tucked in by Watford as well.
They've already lost now to Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm. Not lost. Let's emphasise it.
Yeah, battered. Mm-hmm. So that's a difference already. We're not talking about people just dropping points. Aston Villa battered them, bro. Mm-hmm. It weren't a Watford little one. What was the score in the end?
It was a world-class performance.
From who?
From Aston Villa against Liverpool, and I think we need to give them a spin.
That's a worldie. No, it was a worldie.
It's long gone.
Put some music over it.
That 7-2.
Yeah.
Special.
It was special, and what I'm trying to say is that, like, I just don't know the fact there's no fans, the fact that I feel like there's the teams that were beneath the so-called top 4 got better, in my opinion. I just feel like like points are gonna get dropped every other week, rather than back in the day where it's like one team's just battering every team, and like you're just relying on the other the other big teams to take points. That can still
happen. We're just like no one's just that dominant this year. That's what I think.
I don't know,
there's
man.
No runaway. There's no runaway dominant team.
So I hear you.
If there was, I reckon they'd still be smashing everyone. Do you know what I mean?
We're
not in that form, and Liverpool ain't in that form.
You don't look like you're going to.
Who else is going to do that?
You need to get Aguero back, like I've been telling you.
Aguero will be back. Anyway, Jesus is back. What do you mean we need to get Aguero back?
Did you see
what Jesus done?
No, did you reckon he meant that?
With that Bergkamp flick.
It looks alright.
That Bergkamp against Dabbies, that's 2.0. That one.
It looked alright. What did he do for the rest of the game?
Come on. Caused them havoc. That's what he done.
So Man City are 10th, Arsenal 11th.
Got a game in hand, so the tables are
West Ham are 12th, Newcastle 13th, Manchester United are 14th.
That's where they should
It's
be.
looking diabolical for them. Leeds in 15th, Brighton in 16th, Fulham at 17, West Brom, Burnley and Sheffield United right at the bottom of the league, sitting on 1 point.
Sheffield United are way too good to be there.
So I don't imagine them being there for too long, considering Burnley and West Brom and Fulham that are above them are on 2, 3, 4.
Sheffield United will finish above Fulham, bro.
100%. So yeah, they're too good of a team to be sitting down there. But the Prem's mad now. Obviously, we now want an international break. England game, we all love it.
We all love it.
Do we?
I hate international break, but it is what it is.
It is definitely is what it is. But I don't know, man.
England just don't excite me like they used to, so that's all it is.
Yeah. So over this weekend, yeah, if you had to give somebody like your star player for the weekend, who would it be?
Over this weekend?
Yeah, just the last bunch of results. So you know you got man of the match. Who's your man
My
of
star
the weekend?
player, my selfish star player is João Cancelo, because he's just looking outrageous at left back. He's not even left footed, but the way he was just destroying Liverpool.
Is that that's the bias
if
one?
João Cancelo can learn to
He's so
defend
biased.
properly,
Yeah.
he's
Do you know what?
He's gonna be the best left back in the whole league.
I'll be honest with you, he's right-footed as well, right?
Yeah,
but
but he's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
He just can't defend.
He actually is a very good player on the ball.
Very
technically,
good. Very
You
good
might
on the
mistake
ball.
him for a winger.
A midfielder. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So
Like,
if he,
really
because he's a left back or at least a wing back.
Yeah.
But right now a left back, because Pep's playing in that position.
Yeah.
If he can learn to defend it's a bit better,
Yeah.
positioning wise and a bit stronger when he's defensive,
Yeah.
then he will be the best left back in the country, bruv. And that's my opinion in the whole league.
Jeez.
That's how good Cancelo is. Now aside from that, I'm going for Grealish. The way he was dancing around Arsenal. They were playing FIFA with Arsenal.
I think it's undeniable.
They were playing FIFA with Arsenal, bruv.
Grealish is mine as well, so that works
Has
out
to be, bro.
beautifully. I think it was one of those performances that I haven't seen in a while, bro. That makes me just, every time he got the
It was
ball,
a confident performance.
it looked like
Once
he
the
was going to
confidence is
cause
up,
problems.
It was one of them, the ones where
Like, for
when the
me-
game start, you used to play ball.
Yeah.
Game started 5 minutes in,
Yeah.
just rip a man up, bam. Nah,
Confidence
next
is
time,
high.
give me that.
Yeah.
Confidence
yeah,
is gone, fam. You just want it every time.
But I think a lot of them look like that. McGinn looked similar. Watkins
Once
was
you're in
good
your
all
bag,
game.
you just want
Barkley was even looking
Yeah.
good. I'm not a massive
And Arsenal
Barkley fan.
they were in the opposite bag. I don't want it. No. You
I'll
take
be
it,
real.
you take
The
it. It's a
Arsenal
confidence thing.
Arsenal got big problems, bro. Big problems. William right wing. They got Aubameyang on the left, and then Lacazette up the top, and no Ozil.
Is William done?
He's finished, bro. I told
done.
people this. I said when he went there, I remember he had a good start to the season.
Yeah.
We took their best
But
player.
when they signed him, I said, I would have took William. I said that to myself.
He's done.
Not to start, but I would have took William.
He's done.
He can still drop the shoulder and gone.
No, he's
Can
done. He can drop the shoulder and go. It's that execution's gone now.
That's still not happening.
It's not happening. He's not like corners. He's hitting the first man.
Forget it. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's the balls are dropping out to him. He's dragging them. He's always going to be nimble, but at a certain age, I feel like your coordination starts to go a little bit off,
It's gone.
and it's not
So
there
Ozil,
anymore.
the biggest travesty in the game right
It's definitely political for me. It's not. I don't think it's footballing reasons why he's not playing, because he's
not,
blatantly the best player Arsenal have got.
now. Here's another
for
thing
me.
I don't understand in terms of it must be a money thing. Why does nobody not try and free Ozil? Like what? I'll take Mesut.
350 bags a week.
No, but obviously you're gonna have to take a pay cut, my brother. But you're not playing.
I don't think my brother wants to take a pay cut
is that what
still.
it is?
I don't know.
Oh.
If I was on 350 a week, and someone said, "Yo, we want you,"
But if I've been
you're
on
gonna have to take.
if I've been on 350 a week from time,
Okay, how low would you go if you was on 350 a week?
bro, I'm talking about Mesut, bro. I'm not talking about West Ham buying him, bro. He's a baller. He's only going to be going to Barca, Real,
Yeah,
City,
so I'm
Liverpool.
saying, how low would you go?
At
in
worst,
terms of-
he'd be going to not obviously not Spurs,
no,
but Spurs
not
level.
club wise. Money. You're
Even
on,
a PSG would take.
You're on
Ozil,
350.
no?
You're on
Don't
350
Yeah.
grand a week.
Yeah,
How low would you go in terms of your wage to start kicking
that
ball
was my
again?
whole point. All of those teams I just mentioned ain't going to be paying you nothing less than at least 250, bro. Do you think you're going to go to Man City and be on under 200 grand a week?
You think he wants to lose 100 bags a week?
If you're making 350 for years
Yeah.
and now you just want to play ball,
And you're looking
I'll lose
after
100
a
grand.
bag of man now, It's different. When you got that type of money, you're looking after families, bro.
But bro, you're talking about 100 grand, 50 grand. You're not talking about.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But to me, I just feel like
how many ends you've already got?
I think it's just out of principle, and I feel like money's got that way of having that
but
impact
if
on
he was
you.
good as Ozil, I mean, he's not Kevin De Bruyne, but if he was good as Ozil, you want to see him playing, bro.
It hurts me, bro.
We even want to see.
If
I was an Arsenal fan, I would be raging that this whole little political argument.
There's some Arsenal fans that actually don't rate him. There's Arsenal people that don't rate him.
Yeah, because obviously you're talking about Arsenal's problem. I think Arsenal's fans' problem with him is the work rate thing, isn't it? He's lazy. If you're losing, he's like, no,
but
on track, blah,
don't
blah.
matter.
But he's a luxury player, bro.
That's worth
accept
it.
That his quality is what makes him a luxury player.
Yeah,
he's not gonna trap cool. Be like Morris. Yeah. I know his quality, but he's not going to work as hard as everyone else. Bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I feel like when you're Arsenal and you're clearly the team's most creative player,
then you should accept that. Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Aubameyang, your top goal scorer, out on the left.
It's all a mess.
It's a mess already. You got Lacazette up top. Lacazette, they're calling him now. Yeah. Lack of threat. I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot out there. And then you got Willian on the right, who's clearly washed, but you know that he's got the ego of someone that he demands to play. Whereas where Frank said, "No, you got to go." Yeah. And then you got Pepe on the bench, who you just spent 72 million. So from a business point of view, they're saying, Arteta, you got to play, my man, surely. And then you got Ozil sitting at home tweeting, saying, "Good luck, boys."
It's
a mess over there.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
So he's tweeting just happy in the house.
He's like, yeah, staying fit, doing dumbbells. Like he's got like some 1K dumbbells in the garden.
He's not even mad.
Bro, he's mocking. So that's, and it kind of lets me know that I feel like it's political. I think it's about the China comments. That's my opinion. It is. But at the end of the day.
But that shouldn't affect football.
I don't think it should. Do you know what I mean? But it's just, it's definitely not football reasons for me. Because he's the best player they got. But so our start of the week is Grealish, and L of the week, I'm gonna go for Adiola or Ademola? Lookman.
Ademola Lookman.
You're
gonna do him dirty?
He has to get it.
He's a
baller, but he has to get it.
He's a prospect.
It's the L for you. We need to get a prop for the L. So the worldie was Jack.
When Ademola,
we didn't even get the worldie out for Jack.
Yeah, get it out.
Jack gets the worldie of the weekend.
Let's keep spinning it for the future worldie.
Yeah.
Ademola Lookman.
Ademola Lookman?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an extra spin for Ademola.
Let me tell you, he's a future worldie, bro.
Worldie?
Man are sleeping on Lookman, bro. I'm telling you that now.
No, I like Lookman.
Wrong. In 10 years,
I like Lookman. I hate it had to be him, but at the end of the day, we have to call a spade, bro. And if anyone else did that, they would be getting...
He's too good for Fulham, bro. If Lookman was at Arsenal, yeah?
Why is he going Fulham then?
No one want him. I don't know, bruv. But I'm telling you, if he was at Arsenal, you know about Lookman.
But if a lot of man was at Arsenal, are terrible right now.
Not a lot of man. Who did we say?
Zaha,
Wilf, Lookman,
Eze,
not anyone.
Eze.
I don't know about Eze. Maybe.
Eze.
But I'm talking Wilf.
I'm telling you, I'm calling that early.
Lookman is a better baller than my man that's tearing shit down right now. Calvert-Lewin. They both came from Everton. Calvert-Lewin's more physical and more of a threat.
And that's it.
I've watched both of them playing the same team against us.
Yeah.
And they were both threats, but Lookman is way more of a threat. Calvin is just a hold-up man, threat in the box, strong.
Lookman's a winger.
He's an actual baller, bro.
Lookman's a winger.
He'll put it through your legs, bro.
He's not a striker. And Calvert-Lewin is a striker.
They said that about Henry.
We can't compare that.
They said that about Henry.
No, but Calvert-Lewin is an out and out. He can't play wing.
Of course he's a striker. Of course he can't play wing. That's very true. Yeah. No versatility.
He's like a 9.
But they said Lookman. You said Lookman, he's not a striker. They said Henry wasn't a striker. He was a left winger.
Are you trying to put Lookman in the same bracket? So we can't use that.
But I'm talking about position-wise. Of course you can. They say, you're a left winger. Gareth Bale was a left back, my brother. What are you talking about?
You're saying a lot of elite footballers, bro.
I'm using positions that clear.
Okay,
they said
but you only get to do that when you're elite, though.
But he's an elite prospect.
You think he's an elite prospect?
Yes, bro. Okay. Have you seen Lookman play, bro?
I am not arguing with you, bro. You're getting. I'm not arguing with you. I rate him.
Unless he's older than I think and he's like 28.
Lookman, my brother, you're gonna have to take that for this weekend. You take the L. You're trying to do a Panenka. You can't connect with the ball. Your team's 1-0 down. It's 98th minute. Your team's under the cosh. It's bad decision.
It's bad decision.
And you have to get treated as if Henderson did it. Because if Henderson did it, man then will be onto
But
him.
Edison
Memes
wouldn't do it
galore.
because he's got better discipline than that.
There we go.
Better
And it's a
mentality.
balance. But I want him to bounce back, learn from it.
Yeah,
and I do think
you
he's
have
got
to hold
that.
that L.
Facts.
It makes you stronger. My
Facts.
L goes collectively to Arsenal FC. Just for the home. No, I'm serious. For the home thrashing that I called previously.
Yeah.
By Villa.
But why did they get that? Like, if you saw it coming, then it was to be
It was just
expected.
dismal, and it was that, just the whole, you know, that typical, not typical, is a bit rude to Arsenal, but now and then they do it, that whole lack of effort thing. Like, when you're beating Arsenal, sometimes they just like, nah, fuck this. Go on. Ozil was a culprit of that as well. Game's over, man. Do you know what I mean? You tell me to run out?
No.
Still going?
Yeah. Rolling. You can cut that bit.
Hey. Shit, where was it?
Yeah. So let me jump back into the. Yeah, what was you saying about Ademola
Lookman.
I hope one of us got this name right. You know,
Adi Lookman. Yeah.
Let's call him Adi Lookman.
Like we used
Let's
to
just
do
call him
for,
Lookman.
Adi Lookman, yeah. Best English prospect right now. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Don't get no respect, fam. But I'm telling you, should be playing for Everton. But remember, you got to remember, yeah, Everton, they don't operate like, I like Everton.
Yeah.
They don't operate how normal clubs operate. And I say that, look at Moise Keane. He's doing with
PSG.
Maria and
That's a good
Neymar,
point.
and do you know who he's playing with, bro?
Yeah.
Do you know who his teammates
Yeah.
are in the dressing room?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And that makes a big difference.
His teammates are these, man.
That makes a big
Yeah?
difference.
We're talking backs, Neymar,
That's
and he's playing and he's scoring. You're telling me that you're not going to play him for Everton FC? Come on, bruv, it's a respect thing. I'm not saying Moise Keane's the greatest player in the world. I'm just saying it seems to me that there's not as much opportunity necessarily just based on talent. There's some political thing going on at Everton where now we don't like you, so
maybe.
Bruv, do you remember they brought on Keane and brought him off 2 minutes later in the same game?
That was a violation.
Ferguson,
That was a
Bruv, the poor lad walked
disrespect.
off. Like, I didn't even know this was allowed.
That was
This
a
is in the rules.
disrespect. That was a disrespect.
So they moved mad at Everton.
But I just feel like,
I don't know what
in my
thing was
opinion,
about.
if maybe it is political, but at the same time, I feel like some people just don't see ball the way we see ball. Because like you look at Tony
Listen, I'm not
Pulis.
saying
Remember too,
go
you
on.
put Tony Pulis
Yeah.
with Gnabry.
Tony Pulis is a long ball, get it in the box, man. He don't know ball, bruv.
Yeah, so
He's a relegation man. I don't expect him to know now.
was Keane at Everton with Ancelotti?
I think so, but don't quote me. I think so.
So then your guy, obviously, if it is Ancelotti,
But remember, I didn't say Ancelotti's God. I said Everton. Maybe that's how Everton moved mad. I don't know why, innit? Maybe it's something. I'm just saying, 2 of their best black young players,
yeah,
they're not allowed to play for them. You might have to go on loan somewhere.
yeah,
How can you go on loan, or they might have bought him, I'm not sure,
yeah,
to PSG, one of the best teams in the world,
Yeah.
Champions League semi-finalists,
It's crazy.
from Everton? That doesn't make sense. It should be the other way.
No sense.
You know what I'm trying to say? So,
It is crazy.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't get Everton's policy. Yeah, that's the word.
It feels a bit personal.
Yeah, it seems like there's vendettas at Everton.
Yeah.
Like,
And we all know that football's kind of like that, isn't it? It's like if you
Yeah, but
if you
it's
haven't got a
clearly not-
personal
it's clearly not-
relationship with the manager
I don't think it's Ancelotti's
or the people.
vendettas because Ancelotti's only just arrived.
Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of higher
So
people.
some
There's
sort
people
of
higher.
board, I don't know. Yeah.
You know
Maybe say you man have got attitude.
The hierarchy
I
at
don't
like
it,
clubs
I don't know.
it goes way beyond the manager,
Of
innit?
course. But
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
think
But
that's weird.
yeah,
Those two
so,
are underrated. And Lookman's way better than Moise Keane, by the way. Lookman is the real deal. That's my prediction.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna go against your predictions anymore because you called them up. I thought you was trying to rattle the timeline and he was right. So now you're calling Lookman.
Why would I try and do that? I love Arsenal. I'm gonna try and just rattle them for no reason. I just saw it.
You
coming.
don't love Arsenal.
I saw it coming, bro. I love
Anyway,
all the teams in the Prem, bro.
do you know what we're gonna do now?
High-profile female footballers, high-profile coloured footballers.
How many black players are there in the Prem, bro? Like, we don't have those stats right now, but it's crazy if you were to find out. And he's still talking like that.
It's ridiculous, man. And I think the timing couldn't be worse. It just shows how ingrained it is in their DNA to be so
Bro,
like discriminatory.
what is the FA's?
Discriminatory.
What is the FA's cash cow? What is their golden goose, bro? It's the Premier League, bro. It's not the England team that never win nothing. It's not the FA Cup that no one cares about anymore.
Yeah.
It's the Premier League. There's arguably greatest league in the world, and that's how you're talking as the chairman.
Yeah, but what my
of this
point?
multicultural, diverse league.
I get you, but what I'm saying is, what good does him resigning? Yeah.
He's resigning.
What
means
good does it? actually do.
I could
It's a
probably-
publicity stunt
I
at
could
work
care less,
at
yeah,
most.
but
He has to go.
It's just an indication
It's
of
too deep. But at
how
the
this
end,
thing is.
the reality is that he is one of many that probably has similar mind states that are the hierarchy of our football association.
Absolutely.
So how is there a way to eradicate that? Should we be surprised?
You got to rearrange.
Does him resigning mean anything?
No, but you got to rearrange the whole structure of the FA. But we're not going to be able to do that. It needs a whole clear up.
By who? They're not going to govern their own clear out. They are the bosses of themselves.
No, everything needs to change, bro. I don't know how you.
It's crazy. I don't know where you start.
Yeah,
I think you have to start your own.
But I don't know how we impact the FA. But listen, the FA is very, very crooked, if you ask me. So I'm not expecting anything to change. But this guy has to go, regardless.
Hey, bro, he means it. He's for real, for real.
I said Saka.
And DT's on his own, on his same crud. Hey, he wants to.
He's aggressive.
He wants to lead them in the tunnel.
DT just abuse. It's just pure abuse.
He don't care.
You know why I don't care? He's got the bag.
The bag. Back in.
He's like someone's dad. You know the dad at the Sunday League, and he's too aggressive, like he's shouting at kids that ain't even his. He's that one, innit? He's that one. Like, I'm not your son, bro. Don't tell me about get down the line. He's that one, innit?
I know DT's always been on this crud.
It's just too much abuse, bro. Can he even kick ball himself? Like,
He can play it
he's
though.
one of them, like, you have to say, bro, can you even kick ball?
you
Like,
know
the
what,
amount
yeah?
of abuse you give, like, you have to be able to play ball.
No, he can.
How can he play ball?
He can, bro. I
Have you
see it. He put up one
Who did
video.
he play for?
It's his Saturday team.
He plays Saturday
And
League.
he is fuming.
He plays Saturday League and he's shouting at real ballers, bro. Like, we all get mad, I know, but he goes too far, bro. There's too much abuse.
No, as a fan, I thought that you're entitled to have
Like,
an
he don't
opinion.
rate any of his players, bro. Like, at
He's
all.
just he's emotional. He's passionate. So
So
every time
am I,
they
bro, but
lose,
you know, sometimes you have to say
but people
Sterling.
show it in different ways.
You say Sterling, that was shit, bro. But I know you can do better than that. You know them ones there? He's telling me everyone
Trapper,
in his team is
I've
shit.
been with you. I've been with you when Man City
Bro, I
played,
love
bro.
Raheem, bro. He does some bad things sometimes, but this
Bro.
guy's going on like his whole team is terrible.
Bro, I'm telling you right
Arsenal as bad as DT makes out? Come on, surely they're not as bad as DT makes out, bro.
No, it's just that
Let's give him one game.
he only goes viral when they lose because he
Arsenal in
says
Europa.
some wild stuff. But when they're winning, he says positive shit. It's just he's like
Bro,
when they
that's a
lose, he
bit-
gets so angry that he just says
No, they lose
mad
his
wild.
mind.
It's well,
I mean,
apparently
Arsenal's
so.
in Europa, yeah?
Huh?
Arsenal's in Europa.
Yeah.
Give him one game in Europa. Just one. DT, you know, like when you chat shit in the class and the teacher says, go on then, you teach the class. And you don't know what to say in it. Oh shit. I had hella jokes at the back. I don't know nothing about the Tudor history. What am I gonna tell these niggas?
But I don't think he's claiming he can play
Let's
ball
give
like
us
that.
one game against Steaua Bucharest or any guy that's not really too serious, yeah? DT, you're in charge, mate.
In charge of the team.
Yes, you're in charge. And
Manager.
All the players have been briefed. You do what DT says, yeah? It's a social experiment. You know, like Arsenal's already qualified. It's cool, it don't matter. It's a social experiment.
Oh,
You follow DT's tactics. Don't lose 7-0 to Steaua. And if you're talking about, yeah, man, that's shit. Bro, you all shit, bro.
Nah, he can ball though. He can ball. Nah, DD can ball, bro.
I just don't like it when man get too aggressive on a
But
player.
I'm saying though,
players,
I
bro.
can't play against Bucharest or whatever it is. But if I'm watching a game and these men that are getting paid X amount of £1,000 a week and are getting hyped up every week can't kick ball.
Yeah, but bro, your whole team ain't
Because sometimes
shit,
it's
bro.
not even
Your
about
whole
the
team ain't
execution;
shit,
it's about
bro.
the brain, innit? Like you're watching
Your
the game
whole
like, oh
team
my
ain't
god.
shit though, bro. You're top. Like,
Yeah,
top six,
I don't
bro.
think
Your
he
whole
believes
team
their whole.
ain't
I don't
shit,
think
bro.
when a fan says, "Oh, this player's shit," I don't think they mean they're literally shit. Like if they kick a ball outside with their
Like that was shit, is what he means. What he's saying, yeah.
like you are shit. You're playing shit, bro. In the terms of
You're
like
playing shit
in the
yeah.
Premier League.
No, I think he's going further. So I think he doesn't. I think he wants a whole new.
No, I
level.
think he's just angry, so it comes across
He
that
hates
way.
every player in his team, bro.
It
You ain't got
sounds
favorite-
like that.
You ain't got favorite player.
It sounds like
That's
that.
mad. Who's your favorite player? I hate them all.
He probably hates Ozil.
He hates
probably-
the manager.
no, he probably,
He hates-
loves Ozil.
He hates fucking Ray Lewis.
When
the
they're
physio.
losing, he hates everyone, and when
Hates
they're
them all,
winning,
bro. Pat Rice.
no. To be fair, when they're winning, he'll still stick on players. Still,
He hates them all, bro. He hates the fucking lady that serves the tea, bro. Why are you so here? Every time you hear we lose, you know he's one of them. You're a bad luck charm. He hates Brenda, the tea lady, bro. He hates Gunnosaurus. He's just mad. He's just mad.
Man said he hates Ganosaurus.
He's just upset, bro.
You are funny, bro.
But
Did you see
Go on.
Did you see Townsend Talksport?
I watched that game the other day, and obviously Pep and Klopp were speaking at the end of the game, and then it's interesting. You look, and Pep made 1 sub, Klopp made 2 subs. 1 was enforced. So you desperately want 5 subs to protect the players, but when it comes to it, you don't even use the 3 that you're given. So not for me. I think it kind of it unevens the playing field. It's an advantage to the sides with the bigger squads. They're saying they don't want it when they're playing each other, but when they're playing the smaller clubs and maybe it's harder to break them down, they want to be able to bring on 5 world-class international forward players to help break down the mid-table side. So not for me. I think it's fine the way it was. 3 subs has worked for many, many years, and I don't see a reason to change it.
For me, it was interesting, isn't it? He was saying, because I was for the 5 substitute rule, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
But when he started saying, do you know what, it's kind of a disadvantage to the lower clubs, it made me look at it from a different angle and say, do you know what, he's kind of got a point, because when all these top teams have got a lot of talent at their disposal, 5 substitutions really benefits them, not only because of they won't get injured or whatever, or they more rotation, but because they've got a lot more quality and depth.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
Why? That's
like saying, oh, we could have 100 substitutions. Bro, it's only a 90-minute game, bro. Like, if they were so good, if all these players you got on the bench were so good, they would be starting in your team. You pick an 11 on your best team, yeah? So maybe 1 or 2, alright, they're so good, but my team's already full. After you get to 3-4 subs, bro, who do you think you're bringing on that's so great that they couldn't even change the game?
Alright, cool.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's an excuse.
Chelsea bench. Actually,
I don't care about, once you get to the 5th sub,
I'm saying that I believe Chelsea could put 7 substitutions on the bench. A lot of teams could actually put 7 substitutes on the bench, use 5, and 5 of those be top players.
It doesn't matter, bro. If they were in top form, they'd be playing the game. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
you're going to tell me you've got 15, 16 players that are in red hot form all in your team. That's not realistic,
No,
bro.
but you don't need substitutes
so
that are red hot
form. Just because you got 5 subs.
That could change
so
the game.
What they're going to do? Come on, low confidence, nothing.
No. That's a
they're
presumption.
Gonna do nothing.
That's a
so
presumption.
It's not a disadvantage at all.
That's a presumption.
That's Andros moaning because he plays for Palace. If Andros still played for Tottenham,
yeah,
he'll be like, we need 5 subs. We're getting tired.
Obviously, he's going to be moaning because
Lucas just pulled his hammy.
Because it affects him.
Because he plays for Palace.
It affects him.
He's trying to run that agenda.
So it affects him directly. Because he's saying, do you know what?
Bro, everyone's allowed 3. Your best 3 subs will come on, your best 3 subs will come on. Once you get to 5 subs, you can't tell me that these players were so good. Bro, he's the 5th sub, bro. If he was that good, he would have started, didn't it? It's an excuse.
Let me go to it. I'm going to go to
Do you want everyone to get injured?
Let me see what your bench was.
Go on.
And
by the time you get to our 5th sub, if you're still scared, then you should
so
be playing the Prem.
you had Bernardo Silva on the bench. Mm-hmm. Top quality.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry. Let me correct you.
Worldy.
Bernardo Silva is world
class.
Put
it up higher so they can see, bro.
World class, yeah? Bernardo Silva.
World class, yeah. You had Phil Foden, top class.
Mm-hmm.
Mahrez could be there.
Mahrez
is
world
could
class
be there.
one day in 25. But he's world class on his day.
And I kind of see what you're saying, because when it goes after that now, you got Eric Garcia, you got Nathan Ake.
How strong is my argument?
You got John Stones.
Do you know what you mean to say?
I hear you.
When you say those, when you get to that level, what you mean to say is
because after the 3,
what you mean to say is squad players.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it doesn't matter if you got 20 subs, bro. It doesn't matter. If they were that good, they'll be in your starting 11. So Andros is reaching. Yeah.
I mean, from Andros's point of view, it's like after their first 3 subs, they're going beneath the squad players now. These men are no longer they're squad players,
bro, that's why
but they're not
to make 5
active
subs, Andros.
Squad players.
Who told you to make 5?
Come on, they don't want to get injured.
So you're happy with 3?
So from an ethical point of view, it's better to get more subs.
But he's arguing for 3. Yeah.
Because he plays for.
And he's saying once you get past 3, my subs are dead. So don't make them, Andros. So your argument's redundant, like your hairline that you bought. That's what I'm trying to say. You're a top baller, Andros. You're a top baller. But you're a bad pundit, Andros.
What's wrong with Z?
He's a bad pundit. He's had a nightmare there.
That is funny.
Good baller, bad pundit.
Good baller, bad pundit, yeah.
That's Andros in a nutshell.
No, I feel like he's got a point, but I can see why.
He ain't got a point. That's bitter.
No, he has. I don't think it's bitter. I think he's actually got a point. I'll be real with you. I think he has. It's not a big point, but I see where he's coming from.
I didn't hear Wilf moaning about that.
Well, Wilf don't need to.
I didn't hear Wilf moaning about
that. Wilf does his
thing. The left winger's got an issue. I don't know what it is, bro.
You're a bad guy, bro. You're a bad guy. Obviously, that rounds up our social media segment. And
I saw something on socials, by the way.
Hey, go on, bring it up.
An Arsenal fan phoned in and he said,
"Oh my God, I saw this."
You saw that?
I saw this.
He said, "I'm worried." And they said, "What are you worried about?" He said, "I'm worried we've got a fraud in charge."
I'm scared that we might have a fraud as a manager. I like him, love him as a player, very inspiring when he came. I'm scared. I'm worried.
This man said Arteta is a fraud.
Oh my God, you know how funny
After
that
just
is?
last week,
I think we got
all
a
this
fraud.
optimism about Arteta,
the
his style,
armchair
his
snitches.
passion.
I
Armchair
think
snitch. What he said, I think we've got.
I think we got a fraud, guys. What's wrong with him?
Put some respect on my former number 2's name, please. He learnt the game from the greatest to ever do it. Give him some time.
You're gassing now.
Give him some time.
You're gassing.
I don't. Let me know where I gassed anywhere in that sentence, but
The
give him
greatest
some time.
to ever do it.
Yeah, that's Josep Guardiola, the first.
That's a whole other podcast.
Okay.
I can't debate that with you now. He's definitely not the best to ever do it, bro. He's 2 seasons away from being a fraud.
I'll ignore that slander. I'll completely ignore that slander on the person who reinvented.
Did he
football.
revolutionize the game? Yes.
No, reinvented the game, but it's fine.
Revolutionize.
All of those R's.
Never reinvented
All
it.
of the R's, bro.
No, he never reinvented
All of
it.
the
No,
R's,
there's no reinvention. He
All of the
revolutionized
R's.
it with the help of one of the greatest players the game's ever seen. Maybe the greatest player the world's ever seen.
How about
No, don't
How
ever say
about-
Pep made him.
how
Don't
about
ever say Pep
nurtured
made him. You're
the greatest we've ever seen
You're a
into what he
politician.
is?
For the
How
third
about that?
episode in a row, he's
Nature-
using political words like nurtured.
nature
What
or
he's trying to
nurture?
say is Pep Guardiola made Messi. No, Messi made Pep Guardiola.
Nature or nurture? It's an ongoing argument. It goes back hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Let me
was
ask you a
nurture
question.
that made Messi who he is, and the nurture didn't come from his father. It came from Joseph.
Josep. Is that his real name? Josep.
Put some respect on the goal, please.
No.
Don't even know his name.
Let me ask you something. If Pep wasn't at Barca, is Messi still Messi?
Absolutely not. Messi's
Violating.
Arjen Robin.
You're violating.
Messi's Wesley Sneijder.
You're violent. Pardon me?
Raphael van der Vaart.
Nah, you're chatting shit, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Messi,
violation.
what he could have been.
Messi was going to
What
be
he could have been.
Messi
What he should have
no
been.
matter who
What
was
that
in
left
charge.
foot should have done. But without the
Messi
guidance,
was going to be Messi no matter
Nah,
who
it
was
was
in
about
charge.
the guidance.
He was unstoppable.
I told you
I
already.
can go as far as saying
Nurture,
maybe Messi made Pep. Maybe.
It's outrageous, bro.
It's not outrageous.
Of course it is.
It's not outrageous.
Do you know why? Do you want me to tell you why that's outrageous?
Since he left Barcelona,
Do you want me to tell you why that's outrageous?
since Pep left Barcelona, he's gone to Bayern, underachieved. After a sabbatical, he took a year out,
The
underachieved.
fact you're saying underachieve shows me that you know what Pep is about.
Yeah, when you're talking about the greatest of all time, there's one level and one level
When Pep
only.
came in,
No, wait, I
Messi
finished.
wasn't the guy.
This is what you do.
That's
When he
the
knows
difference.
he's back against the wall,
That's the
he tries to
difference.
interrupt the rhythm.
When Pep came in, Messi weren't the guy. That's the difference.
At that level, where you're trying to say you're a GOAT, yeah, there's one level only. You go to Bayern Munich, you're going to win the Bundesliga.
Messi, bro.
Wait, it's not about Messi. It's about Pep. I'm talking about Pep. If Pep's so great, why hasn't he achieved what he achieved at Barca at these other clubs?
Management doesn't work like that. You know that.
So Messi made Pep then.
Why did Ferguson win 2 Champions Leagues in his whole career? if he was so
Ferguson
great?
is one of
Why
the
did he
greatest
only
ever.
win 2?
Only what?
Why did he only win 2 Champions Leagues in those hundreds of years he was Man United and he won the
We
Premier
all
League
know that
every
we all know that
single year?
it was much more competitive back then.
Oh, that's what it is.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
Let's be honest. The way he dominated that, like
That's
Pep
what it is.
hasn't dominated any league like Ferguson's
Pep
dominated.
dominates
any league.
every league he's ever played in. Are you smoking?
Because he goes to the best team in the league.
But you're smoking, bro.
Man United was not the
You're
best team in the
smoking,
Prem.
bro. Man
What
United
team?
spent the more money than anyone? Why do you think Man United dominated the Prem so much for so long? Man United were breaking transfer records that we hadn't heard of. Man United bought Rio
So-
Ferdinand for like £30 million. They were buying Van Nistelrooy. They were buying.
How much
they
is
were breaking
Pep's-
records left, right, Andy Cole,
So-
Matt York. Give me a record and we'll break it.
That's what Pep
Man
did.
United bought the league. all
That's
those
what
years.
Pep's doing now.
Not even close.
That's what Pep's doing
Not
now.
even close.
He spent a bag of
We
money.
spent money.
He spent a
on
bag of money.
not the big established
Man that are
players.
sitting on the injury table right now big
Bro,
boy
we spend
money.
money and we develop, bro.
You don't develop nobody.
From
You have
Yaya
Man City
to
has developed
David Silva,
nobody.
to Company who signed as a midfielder to Ross.
That
Clark.
weren't Pep.
I'm saying City. We
So how we go from Pep? The argument is Pep.
Aguero,
I'm talking about
a
Pep.
great prospect.
I'm talking
to
about Pep.
Ferran, who we've just
I'm
signed.
talking about Pep
Like,
specifically.
we don't sign Mbappe.
I
and
am
Ronaldo
talking
and
about.
Messi. You
I'm
know what
talking.
saying?
I'm talking about Pep specifically.
Pep turned
Pep-
Sterling into a dead winger into a top class winger. Simple as that.
Sterling
Pep
was a
turned
top
Kevin
class
De Bruyne
man.
into a
Ster-
top class
Sterling
midfielder
was
into a world class.
You could argue that.
Pep taught Aguero how to press. Pep turned Jesus into a prospect to a good prospect.
Do
Pep's
not.
transformed our whole team into centurions with 100
Do
points.
not.
No one in the history of
Do
the Premier
not.
League, Sir Alex included,
Do not.
Wenger included,
Lies.
Bobby Robson, all the greatest managers included, no
Lies.
one's ever got
Sterling-
100 points in the Premier League other than Pep.
Sterling,
Say something to
it's
that.
very debatable. Kevin, I'll give you that one.
He didn't transform
After
his players.
that, after that,
Oh,
you get
you're
nothing.
You're crazy, bro.
After that, you get nothing.
Crazy, bro. We won we got 100 points in the Premier League. When anyone else does that,
Messi made Pep,
that's bullshit. Pep was appointed Barcelona coach, yeah, biggest job in the world.
and he had the luckiest
Biggest
fortune
job
in
in
having
the
Pep
world.
and having Messi.
But when was he that?
at
When
his
was that?
peak.
When did that happen,
Even behind,
bro? He was appointed coach of the biggest club in the world before Messi was in the starting lineup. So how the hell did Messi make him?
because
What
Pep,
are you on about?
Pep
Messi
never.
played.
See, this is what he does. See,
Messi
he asked me a
played.
question.
I'm
He asked
trying
me
to-
a question,
you know,
and then I try to answer. Then he cuts off,
know,
and
you
he's
gotta-
gonna change the
you gotta
question.
explain it to a man.
It'll be a different question.
Messi played, but he was not a regular. He was not the Messi we know when Pep came. So that whole
Messi
Messi made Pep is
was
irrelevant.
Messi was
If
always
anything,
going to be
Pep made
Messi. Messi was always going to be Messi. Pep came through at a beautiful
That's
point
disputable, though. There's no
of
proof.
Messi's career. Very
There's no
fortunate,
proof.
if you ask
There's
me.
no proof.
And he got to manage the best
There's
player
no
the
proof,
game has
bro.
ever seen
There's no
in
proof of
Messi,
that.
Lionel Messi. So since Pep has left, he hasn't reached the heights that Barca team has
Remember
reached.
Messi doing all that before Pep was there? Do you remember when
Messi
Messi ran
going to
the
do
world
it.
before Pep was
Did
there?
Messi do it after?
Happened.
Messi was going to be
He's
Messi.
already birthed it. What do you mean?
Messi was always going to be
Did
Messi.
it happen after?
He came on.
After we'd already
He's
birthed
reaching.
it.
He's reaching.
After
I know I
we'd
got him on the
already
back.
birthed it.
I didn't even mean to say that, but he's reaching.
He's backtracking.
You're
He's
reaching. You're reaching.
apologising.
I remember
retracting.
playing Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea.
Yeah. When
And
Ronaldinho did that thing.
a little 19-year-old Messi came on. He hit the crossbar
Was
that
when
day.
Ronaldinho did that
Yeah,
thing with the
I
leg?
knew from that moment that this player is special.
Was that when Ronaldinho did the leg thing?
Before Pep,
Was that when Ronaldinho did the leg thing?
huh?
Was that when Ronaldinho did the leg thing? And
We've
checked it
we've
with-
had. I
Was
can't
it the
remember if
same
it.
game?
I don't think it was that game. I'll be honest. I don't think it was that
Okay,
game.
'cause Pep wasn't even in charge yet.
Yeah, I don't think it was that one.
But what I'm trying to say to you is when Pep took over
This
Barca,
guy,
when
he's
Pep
trying
took
to
over
he's trying to
Barca,
set traps.
Messi was not the Ballon d'Or winning
You see how we
guy.
get diverted off into a whole other argument, bruv.
It's fact.
Because this guy just wants to argue.
You just said-
He's so argumentative.
Bro,
It's a joke.
This guy just said, and you can press rewind if you want on that little button.
Don't press rewind.
He said-
You're wasting your time.
Messi made Pep. I'm
Yeah, he
telling
did.
you,
I'll say it
when
again.
Pep got appointed the most illustrious job in club football. You don't give that to anyone, do you? No. When he got appointed that, Messi was not even Messi that we know today. So that point doesn't make sense. You know? He got the job off of being Pep.
Hey, the battery's
What
low.
happened after?
The battery's low.
It's low. What happened after is football. But to say he made him, you wouldn't get the biggest job in club football if you were made of someone who hadn't been made yet. It's a redundant point, my bro. Messi was still
okay.
a young G then.
Okay, let me ask you a
If he
question.
joined Barca in
You see what
2010,
I'm saying? Let me ask you a
if he joined
question.
Barca in 2010,
Let me ask you a
might have an
question.
argument.
So Luis Enrique
Go on.
got the highest job in world
Baller,
football.
by the way. Go on.
Yeah. On what basis?
He used to be a Barca player.
And that's the same.
And
And that's the same. And that's the same reason Guardiola got the job.
I'll take it one step further.
The
Barca
same reason.
legend, Barca legend and Spanish football legend, Spanish national team legend. That's why. Same as Pep, yeah.
So it's the
But
same
not just
reason.
that.
So it's not like he never got it because he earned it or they
Bro,
saw something
but
special
what
in him.
happened with Pep after that should show you that they knew when they interviewed
Pep-
Pep.
Pep-
They knew Pep knew the game.
Pep is definitely
That's the difference.
definitely a master of the beautiful game. But to call him the greatest of all time, I think it's a far fetch. And I think we can. It is the greatest of all time. You got Ferguson. You got people that have been doing this thing, bro.
Ferguson. If anyone wants to know the history of this, young kids watching, go and look up when Ferguson
Ferguson
met
is-
Pep, and go and look at what happened to the two. corresponding
Mourinho,
teams.
these people have achieved great
Go and look
successes.
what Pep has done
So
to
to
Ferguson.
undermine them and say that Pep is the
It's
greatest
not
of all time,
undermining.
no matter what, he went to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have won the Champions League since he's left.
Bro,
When he was there, he never won the Champions League.
bro.
Has he won the Champions League with Man City? No, he has
Bro,
not.
I can only address what you said.
So I'm talking to the people.
You said
I'm talking
Alex
to the people.
Ferguson, no?
Alex Ferguson won the Champions League.
You said Alex Ferguson.
Alex
no?
Ferguson dominated the Premier
So you
League.
did say Alex Ferguson. So go and look what happened.
Mourinho won the fucking Champions
Yeah.
League
So
with
kids,
Porto.
go and look it up, kids. Go and look
Came
up,
over to
go
Chelsea,
and look up what
dominated
happened.
English football.
So who did Ferguson manage?
Won
Man
the
United, yeah?
Huh?
Man United, yeah?
Say that again.
Ferguson managed Man United, yeah?
Of course.
Okay, so kids, go and, if you can't remember, or you're too young, go and look up what happened when Pep played against
So Ferguson at his end.
Go and look at what
Ferguson at his
at
end.
his end was
versus-
Wayne Rooney,
versus-
the greatest player in English football.
Who was the team?
Whoa.
Who was the team?
Rooney in
Who
his
was the team?
prime.
Man United
And he said
versus who?
United at the end.
Man United versus who? Watch him delay it. Man United versus who?
Yeah, his end. Go
Man-
and look
No.
when Pep played Fergie and tell me whose team was more dominant. Tell me who won the
He
battle
can't
of
answer it.
tactics.
He
That's
can't
what I'm
answer it.
saying.
I've got him.
Because you brought him up.
I've got him.
You brought him up.
Again,
Tell
every
me when
week.
Ferguson's team destroyed Pep's team. That's all I'm asking you.
Who was Pep's team again?
All I'm asking.
Who was Pep's team?
Pep's team was Barcelona.
Messi.
Oh, here
Done.
we go. Because I seem to remember
I'm
David
done.
Villa putting it top
It
bins.
didn't matter who was
I
manager
seem to
that day.
remember David Villa
Messi
putting
was
top
going to win
bins.
it.
Or was it Pedro?
When you got Messi in the
Who
team,
was it?
see, he's talking about stats and
Or
goals
was it
now.
Pedro that put it top
He's
bins?
gone to the stats and
I
goals
can't
again.
recall.
He's gone to the
But
stats
you're
and goals
saying
again.
that Messi
The
won
reality
the game.
is Messi was so good,
Oh my gosh.
they was going to win
It's
regardless.
outrageous. So
Sam
this is what-
Allardyce could have been at the helm.
This is what you're gonna. This is what we resorted to.
Sam Allardyce could
This
have been
is
at the
what we
helm,
resorted to.
and Barcelona was going to win because they have Messi.
This
He's
is-
that good.
this
He's
is
that
what we resorted
special.
to. Tactics don't
In his
exist.
prime.
Tactics don't exist.
In his prime.
Outrageous.
Ferguson. It's nothing to do with Ferguson. Nothing to do with Pep.
Outrageous.
It's beyond their control. This is
Outrageous.
Lionel
It's
Messi.
beyond his control when he batters
This
Ferguson.
is Lionel Messi. But when Pep went to Bayern Munich, that's when we all realised he's human.
It's not out of his
Still
control
good.
when he loses.
Still good.
But
Still
it's out
good.
of his
Still
control
good.
when he batters Ferguson. Come on.
Beautiful brain.
Come
Beautiful
on.
philosophy.
You sound like Mourinho.
But he got
You sound like
exposed.
Mourinho.
Mourinho's another one that's better than Pep. When you're talking about success,
Mourinho
he's
over
finished
Pep.
now.
That's what I
Granted,
heard. That's what I heard.
he's finished now.
That's what I
Granted,
heard.
but he's achieved way more in the game than Pep. Way more in the game. He won the Champions League with Porto.
Bro, they won't forgive
he
you
won
for
the
this, you
Premier
know.
League with Chelsea.
They won't forgive you
He
this-
won the
for this
league
one.
with Real Madrid. He won the Champions League with Inter and the league, the treble.
Pep's won the league everywhere, but the league is not impressive, bro. You're telling me he
He
won,
won the
league
Champions
with
League.
Porto.
He won the Champions League with
Mourinho's
Inter.
whole career
He won the Champions
is
League
built
with Inter.
off of winning the league with
with,
Porto. That was
with-
amazing.